And so to the second heat of the afternoon, on pole position, number 1, Mark Renison, our reigning champion. On the second row, the top Formula C man in the series, that's 26 Tony Bardy, again from Yorkshire, like Mike Shield was. But on the outside of the front row, hopefully with his car now fully restored, we have Johnny Welch. Anyway, we have the drivers under starters orders, and it's Mark Renison and John Welch going away. Mark Renison being left behind by Rob Gibson. Mark Renison making a relatively slow start, and it's Johnny Welch who's gone into the lead. John Welch, Gibson getting a bit sideways in that battle for second place. Those three cars some way clear of Mike Jennings, but there from the cockpit of the John Welch car, we can see them approaching into the S's and are now exiting the S's, and it's still John Welch, Rob Gibson and Mark Renison. And Terry Briggs has come up very well with the four-wheel drive Mazda 343. He's in 4th place there. A bit of a smoke haze from Mark Renison, but it's very unlike Mark Renison to be sitting there in 3rd place behind the two-wheel drive Porsche of Rob Gibson. And we heard a whisper this morning that maybe Rennie had got some gearbox problems with his car, and certainly that car is not on full form, but as I speak he goes through. Mark Renison up into 2nd place, wakes his tail across the bows there of number 15 Rob Gibson. Gibbo tucks in behind him as they come down off Hoppy's drop onto the tarmac. Terry Briggs going very well. That's the best we've seen for the Mazda so far, in 4th place. But it's Johnny Welch up front, and John going through. Mark Renison now 2nd, and again, like we did in the first race, of course, Rennie will appreciate the fact that 2nd is going to be good enough in this one to get him to the final, but of course this, he's not going to retain the championship for him. Anyway, he's closed in on John Welch, but Rob Gibson really going very, very well indeed, and Gibson getting right in there with the four-wheel drive machinery. He's the surprise of this race, as was Trevor Reeves in the earlier one, but Johnny Welch, it's good to see the new Opel very much back on form here at the moment, and John comfortably leading the reigning British champion Mark Renison through the Langley's Gap area and away along the knife edge. We're not quite sure of Rennie's plans for next year, but we think it might take in the European Championship. We hope very much that he will, but meantime, he's got a man who knows Europe very, very well up there in front of him. There he is, coming down over Hoppy's drop. That's Johnny Welch, 2 times British champion, away there with Gibbo in 3rd place. And of course, these 3 drivers that you see on the circuit there now are the 3 drivers who have won our 3 previous series. The first ever was Rob Gibson, then of course we had Johnny Welch, and our reigning champion there is Mark Renison. But they're going down towards the tumble downhill area for the last time, and the STP Sphere Drake Turbo Opel of John Welch looks to have this one nicely sewn up at the moment, as does Rob Gibson, need to have a place in the final sewn up, and Gibbo coming through very well there. He's still awaiting his new four-wheel drive car to appear on the tracks, but meantime going well here with the two-wheel drive version, but of course not sufficiently powerful enough or with enough traction to get with the four-wheel drive cars. Still headed there by John Welch as John comes through Langley's Gap along towards the checkered flag, and it's a much more on-form Johnny Welch, who had a job to qualify for today, but he's here and he's certainly made his mark, and marked himself there in 2nd place. 3rd place goes to Rob Gibson. Those are the 3 cars that will go through to the final later this afternoon, but there's our winner, number 7, Johnny Welch.